All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and welcome all. Thanks for joining the broadcast here. The season opener, the 2025 campaign kicks off today, and we are here live, loud, proud from Dubuque. And what a beautiful venue it is here as we get the chance on the ground, the home field of both Loras College and, of course, the Wahlert Golden Eagles. It is the one and only season opener between the Wahlert Golden Eagles and the Saints of Xavier. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Brown here, helping you through all that there will be, all the great action that will happen here between these two squads. And man, what a fun atmosphere this is going to be here as we get teams announced here as they start lining up here. We will go ahead and quickly give you our starting lineup here as we take a look. First and foremost, we'll go ahead and start with the Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles, as you can see right up there on the screen. They will start off with the look of Will Specht, the lineage coming in at first. He'll be doing the duties with number 5 on his back. Number 2 in the lineup will be the shortstop, J.P. Albert, one of the most underrated shortstops that we have seen across last year. And then, of course, you look up Fody Rigopoulos, number 1 on the mark. He is in that number 3 hole. Cleanup spot is Bodie Nagelmaker. Made a big name for himself last year. Certainly will look to do so again this year. He'll be followed in the 5 hole by Joe Hinker, number 9. And then Brandon Kummer, again, a big season for him last year, number 12. He'll be camped out in right. And then Carter Brandt, followed by Noah Kropf. And of course, as we continue on, it will be Brody Schumacher to round out the starting lineup here for the Golden Eagles. And then, of course, we'll move on to the Xavier Saints, already lined up there. They start with Jack Casey, followed by Mac Driscoll. Jack Downey in the number 3 spot, followed by Bo Mario in the cleanup spot. Tate Proskovic, again, we've heard that name, that last name, for years, it seems like. Great lineage out of that. And then we continue on from there. Andrew Renner, followed by Cohen Hanekamp, Caleb Lofswald, and then Sam Schimberg on after that. And again, those are your lineups here, brought to you in part by the great folks at Insolites. Insolites is, simply put, one of the best and one of the simplest things that you can do out there. Make sure to get that today. Check them out for any electric fence needs. Hit them up at insolites.com today. And of course, now as we take a look there, we'll move on over and take a look at the defensive setup here. Again, as we take a look at the defensive setup, don't forget this whole stream brought to you in part by the great folks at Log Cabin. They are powering what has been already a great venue here in Dubuque, but of course powers our broadcast here today. We're going to take a quick step aside, though, as we let the national anthem play, and then when we come back, the defensive setup here for your season opener here from Dubuque. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back here. Andrew Brown with you. And hey, again, happy as ever to be with you. Thanks again for taking a part, making this part of your day. Let's take a look now at the defensive setup here for both teams. And we'll start with the Golden Eagles as they take a look at Will Piero on the mound doing the hurling duties here today. We got to see him in the Perfect Game Showcase against Team Ontario about a month ago, and we saw some high velocity on this kid, and man, does he have what it takes. He'll be defended around by Joe Hinker at third, JP Albert at short. Cody Rapoulis stands the second base spot after coming back from an illness there. He comes back. Carter Brandt at first. Bodie Nagelmaker behind the dish. Schumacher in left, Specht in center, and Kummer sitting there in right field. And again, thanks for joining along, everybody, as we get you a couple different views here. Again, it is certainly a day where you don't think about baseball weather when you think about what's going on. A lot of wind, a lot of things going on, but still a lot of fun to be had. And please make sure to go ahead and have a lot of fun with us as we go throughout this game. And once again, we have Jack Casey stepping on up, doing the duties to kick off our time here. And once again, brought to you by Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois. And here we are going. We're off and ready to roll here from the home of Dubuque Wahlert, the Golden Eagles. Getting a little... Again, both catchers do have the option now in high school. You do get the chance to have a one-way comm system between the catcher and the coach. And to get those pitches in, we're making sure we have that all set here, and looks like we do. Again, Will Piero on the mound here. Again, this is a battle between these two squads. It's pretty much as even as it can get. 14 all between these two teams across the last 28 games played. Golden Eagles have taken 3 out of the last 5, but man, it could be anybody's game here. That one sails a bit high, and now it's 1-0 to start. And appreciate you coming along for the ride here with us, Andrew Brown, and in game 2, Jay Wannell joining the broadcast here. And Jack Casey up first, the shortstop, takes the next pitch, and he sends that up high. That will be out of play. And that'll even up the count here at 1-1. Again, give us your thoughts, your take, everything in between. We want to hear from you. It's all about bettering the broadcast here for you. And that one couldn't quite find the zone here. Now 2-1 the count as he tried to ease that one in there with a breaker. We talked about him playing before that one gets shot, and that will be foul ball as well. So we even up the count once more, 2-2. Piero has already touched up high 80s, if not 90s, in some of his bullpen sessions. He has been one that's a lot of people have been heavily looking at across this offseason for sure, and he is definitely a coveted talent here as we go forward into the season and beyond. And that one too far low, and that's how we get a runner on first. And that is now the dangerous Jack Casey on with a walk. Mac Driscoll now up at the plate. Again, this is a Saints team that was 2 games above 500 last year with the strongest strength of schedule that 3 had to offer. That was a bunt laid down and nicely done there. The only play is to first. They do get him at first. Meanwhile, they do trade it for an out. As the sack will put a runner into scoring position here. So 1 on, 1 out. Jack Downey now stepping up to the plate. He takes a look at 1-2 Too far into the zone, 1-0 the count. Again, 3 out of the last 5 have gone to the Golden Eagles. But, hey, there's certain – Xavier right now is telling everybody, hey, they're looking to grab a win here. A nice catch of the plate there to even it up at 1 apiece. Again, Jack Casey drew the walk. Driscoll sacrificed him over to second. We have ones all across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Found it just above the knees, and that was 1-2 the count. Again, Nagelmaker is one of those guys behind the dish that will make it look, well, rather easy, like everything is a strike. Great placement there. And a breaker has him looking there, and this could be sneaking out of danger here for the Golden Eagles. A strikeout there. And now we have 2 down and Bo Mario up at the plate. Mario last year had a pretty solid season. In the end, this entire Xavier squad did. Their record may not have showed it, but they certainly put up quite the numbers. That one gets shot high left field, and that will be playable out there in the green. Camped out under it will be Schumacher, and he will officially grab out number 3 to avoid any damage. So despite a runner getting on base, no harm, no foul here as we continue to roll right along here. Again, this broadcast brought to you in part by Insolites at insolites.com. Hey, guys, I got to say, if you have an electric fence out there, I really urge you to check out Insolites. Why? Well, simply put, they can make it easy. No longer do you have to shock yourself to test if your fence is working. You don't even have to get out of the comforts of your own home to test if your electric fence is working. Check out the LED insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. Truly, Insolites is a game changer. You can know it's working just by looking out your window. It's that flashing light, again, up to half a mile or more away. And when you see it, you know it's working. If you don't see the lights flashing, hey, you know something's up, and it's easy. Pinpoint a problem right there. Plus, you know what happens when animals see that red light. It may mimic a lot of things that they see in the eyes of predators, and they don't want that. So that helps you keep what you want in, and what you want out to stay out. It's truly that simple. All you got to do is check them out at insolites.com today. And, of course, as we look back out onto the lineup here once again for the Golden Eagles, Specht, Albert, and Rigopoulos get us rolling here and starting our 2025 season look at the Golden Eagles. Again, the Golden Eagles, they had their 10th trip to the state tournament last year, and they do so right now, coming in, looked for another one on the heels of 5 collegiate commits on the roster right now. Again, last year, 34-10, 20 of those wins came inside conference play, and they look to add a non-conference bid here in this one. And, of course, on the mound here is Bo Mario. We talked about him earlier. Last year, not a whole lot of time on the mound here. He had 14 innings. He had 16 strikeouts, held teams to 185 average. So not a whole lot of stuff going on when it comes to opposing batting, but he still has quite the opposition here as we get Will Specht stepping on up to the plate. Last year, a solid season for him as he takes a look and rips that one right at second. And a catch looked like, but yes, he did. He caught it in the air. Nice job out there by Driscoll as he gets a 1 pitch out to start the bottom half of inning number 1. And now J.P. Albert stepping up to the plate. We talked about him. He has grown the last couple of years as really one of the more reliable bats and fielders that the really 3A, in fact, the entire state has to offer. Mario will look at his second pitch, and he'll send that one outside the strike zone, ball one. 1-0 the count here, one down. Now the pitch, that one nicely framed, but too low initially for Blue behind the dish. That is ball two. The 2-0 count, that one sails a bit high, so in a bit of a jam here. 3-0 the count, and Mario only 14 innings last season. But Coach Halter very much confident in his abilities. That one too far inside, so 4 pitches will draw the walk. And both teams now have had their at least one runner onto the base paths here. And one runner. All right, now Fody Rigopoulos stepping on up to the plate. He gets his chance to do some damage here. The University of Illinois commit stepping on up, looking to add on to what was a really solid season. 9 wins pitching on the mound, but man, did he have some good stats here with the bat as well. And he's going to look to try and start that off early here, game 1 of the doubleheader. And he takes a look at strike one. Rigopoulos, 61 total bases across 41 hits. 13 extra base hits for him on the season. Looking to add a little bit more here. And now Mario with the pitch. The off speed breaks too far on the outside. And now we have an even count at 1-1. Again, Albert now standing on first after the walk. Fody Rigopoulos committed out of state. University of Illinois keeping things honest there. Again, get different camera views brought to you in part by Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse. Make sure to give them a shout out here. That one ripped out there into right field. That will allow Albert to get around second. He'll head to third, and the throw in will be caught. And that is how you have some dangerous action here. Rigopoulos with a single. And now that'll bring up Bodie Nagelmaker to the plate. Dangerous bat here in his own right. So we have runners on first and third. Just one down here. Got to have a little bit of weariness when it comes to Rigopoulos on first. Mario shakes off a couple pitches, and he'll dial home. That one gets hit up high. That will be nicely there for Honkamp to grab. And he misses that one off the glove. That will allow one runner to come on home, but they do get Rigopoulos caught up at second. And you really can't blame him there, as that one kind of had him frozen there. And that's kind of ultimately, when you look at it, it was a good read, just might have gotten lost into the sun, into the clouds. Ultimately, that's a hard one to grab, especially when it's that high. But in the end, we get one run home here for the home team. It's 1-0 Dubuque Wahlert. And now with just a runner on first, Joe Hinker stepping on up to the plate. Nice swing, a healthy hack, but comes up empty on that one. That's strike one. So already one on home here for Dubuque Wahlert. The Golden Eagles strike first on a Xavier error. But Mario's still dealing here on the mound. Catches the outside corner, and man, wouldn't this be something? Really come out after something like that, get the strikeout. Oh boy, that is something that obviously this kid is very capable of. But you got a big hitter here in Hinker and the number 5 hole right here for the Eagles. That one just got away from him just a bit. Mario thought he may have leaned into that one. In the end, we get 2 runners on now. And we have just 1 out here as Hinker is hit by pitch. And that one is shot right out there to short. Casey with a nice grab. Brandon Comer has that solid hit put away as the line out to short will end the inning. But not before the Eagles strike first. It's a 1-0 advantage for the home team. And when we come back, time for Xavier to mount something. It's Proskovic, Renner, and Honkamp when we return right here on the iBaseball Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tate Proskovic up at the plate. The first baseman takes a look at the first ball he sees and sails that one out. Always got to be careful here, especially when you're in the broadcast booth. Strike 1 here. Again, a 1-0 advantage here. As that one's dialed in there on the outside corner. Strike 2. Xavier error helped usher in the first run of the game here for the Eagles, who lead 1-0. And that one pulling the string just a bit. Will Piero gets his second strikeout of the game as Andrew Renner now stepping on up to the plate. Again, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. That one is in there for strike 1 as you take a look at our setup here today. Again, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. And that one dialed in there for a strike. The 0-1 count. Tried to inside it, but didn't get anywhere with that one. And now we have a 1-2 count here with 1 down. Nobody on. And a swing through of that one. Another strikeout here for Piero. That's officially his 3rd on the game here through two innings. And Cohen Honkamp now stepping on up to the plate. He looks at his first pitch and wisely lays off that one. The 1-0. That one sailed back here. Evens it up now at 1 apiece. Again here from the home of Loris and Dubuque Wahlert. What a great venue it is here. That one now making it a 2-1 count. The next pitch fouled back here. Now we go back even 2-2. As they say, deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and we have 2 out here. Xavier looking for their first run of the game here on the early one. Again, it's already 1-0 in favor of the home Golden Eagles. And there you go, strike number 3, as that'll do it. That'll put them down So 3 straight strikeouts help to end the inning here, or the half inning anyway, as Xavier goes down without a hit. No hits, no runs, no errors here for the Saints. And it'll be time for Wahlert to get back up here in the bottom half with Brent Kreffel and Schumacher when we return right here on the Iowa Baseball Network. Before we go any further, though, I got to say, make sure, if you get the chance, ladies and gentlemen, you have to check out the great food, great folks, great atmosphere at the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois. Fantastic venue, fantastic people, and really, you know, they are also people who are a part of the community, who help out and do a lot for the Dubuque area and beyond. So whether you're around here or even not, I urge you just got to check it out. Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse, Galena, Illinois. Make your way there. It's always a fun atmosphere, so check it out today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back here. Again, Andrew Brown here for Game 1 of the twin bill between the Xavier Saints and the Golden Eagles. That one struck out and out of play by Carter Brandt. Last year, 272, 45 total bases across 31 hits on the season. Next pitch is shot left side, a quick 0-2 hole here for number 13. Again, in the field for the Saints, left field, Lofswald, Honenkamp, and Brecht make out the outfield roster here. And, of course, the infield has Downing at third, Casey at short, Driscoll at second, Proskovic at first. Mario is pitching, and behind the dish, Schimberg. And there you go, a strikeout here, first of the game for Mario as he picks up his first K, and out number 1 here in the bottom half of inning number 2. Oh, Hatful now joining the ranks here of those who are getting up to the plate here. He looks with 1 down, trying to get something started here, bottom half of inning number 2. And the pitch, that one almost in there, but in the end, it's a 1-0 count here. Again, 14 wins each team has against each other over the last 28 games. The Golden Eagles, again, have taken 3 out of the last 5. The next pitch, that one fouled back here in a quick 1-1 count here with 1 down. And now the pitch, that one gets sent into center field. That one goes into the gap in left center field. The wind took that one, and that will look to be a stand-up double for the Golden Eagles as they get their chance to rock it here from the second inning, bottom half. So the first extra base hit of the game here for the Eagles is Brody Schumacher stepping on up to the plate. The second leadoff man is getting ready with 1 down and a runner on second. That pitch nicely hit the upper corner and outside for strike 1. Mario's already done some good pitching early in this one against a lineup that doesn't make it easy by any stretch of the imagination. That pitch reached for that one, ends up sailing it out for strike 2. Again, Kreffel with a double, the first extra base hit of the game here for the Golden Eagles. He stands on second. And a chance here for the number 9 hole man, Brody Schumacher, to get going and get something rolling already with a 1-0 advantage. Shoots that one foul. It remains at 0-2. Brody Schumacher, this is really first varsity action here as he gets the chance to join the ranks here. That one is catching the outer corner, and that one is strike three. 2 strikeouts here in the inning for Mario as he puts 2 down now. And we go back to the top of the lineup here for the Golden Eagles and Will Specht. Will Specht had a driller of a shot, but first pitch he saw went right into a glove. This time he waits on one and takes strike 1. The 0-1 count, that one too far inside. Easily lays off of that one here. And 5 collegiate commits represent the lineup here for the Golden Eagles. And the 1-1 delivery. That one shot right side, but that'll be on the wrong side of the chalk line. That'll make it 1-2 the count. Will Specht, one of their top hitters last year at 72 total bases, hit 51 hits, and in the end, 14 extra base hits to bring in 20 runs. Also walked 24 times on the year. He looks at the 1-2. Sailing too far outside for his liking, easily lays off. And we have all the way back at 2s here with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. And that one sails a bit high, and now we've drawn it full here. Nicely done from an early pitcher's count. Specht has made it into a 1-pitch outcome here. And now the pitch. That one gets hit up high, and that won't breach the outfield. That'll stay in as Casey will camp out under it. And just like Will's first at-bat, Specht will be retired by Casey for the out. As that will wrap up inning number 2. And with that, it's still a 1-0 Eagle advantage here as we continue to roll right along here. And we'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's more from Golden Eagles against the Saints after this. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Into the third we go, and the first pitch here from Lofswald. Caleb Lofswald gives the Saints a runner onto the base pass with a single. And now we're up to the number 9 hole spot, and Sam Schimberg with a chance to do something here.
Let's go, boys.
So nobody out. Keeping him honest over there at first. And Piero, a solid starter in his own right. Now another check over there, really close that time. Solid pickoff move. And so here we have a 0-1 count here, a runner on first. The infield just a shade in. That one couldn't catch up with it. 0-2 here the count. And there he got him looking here just above the knees. That'll be strike number 3 and another strikeout here. Number 5 on the game here for Piero. As we have one out and one on here. Back to the top of the lineup in Casey as he'll take a look at strike 1. And these Saints in conference play, 500. Again, overall, a couple games above 500. That one gets away, and that will allow the runner to move on over to second. Oswald will stand on in scoring position. A chance now, second time that they've had a runner in scoring position. A chance to get something rolling here. They do have one out to work with, though. So a 1-1 count here. Last time Casey walked, made it over into scoring position, but nothing further. That one gets laced out there. That'll find its way into the left field, all the way past the chalk it'll go. And the Saints have officially picked up their first run on the game on a Jack Casey RBI double. So they just exchanged places right there. That one had eyes as that roped right over Hinker at third and rolled all the way to the fence. And therefore, that one helped score and make it a 1-1 game here. So Mac Driscoll now standing up here. And they're going to have a little conversation on the mound. And that pitch sails just a bit high as that will make it 1-0 here the count. Again to Mac Driscoll. That one also a little high and tight there. And Mac Driscoll getting one of his first chances here. That one in there for a strike. Not a whole lot from him varsity-wise last year, but man, he's already proven that he's doing a whole lot here at varsity action to start this 2025 campaign. Already a sacrifice got him over, and he's willing to do what it takes, including duck out of danger on that one. Again, 1-1 is our score right here. And the pitch, that one did not capture the corner like he wanted. That's ball 4, and that will put runners now on first and second here, and some danger of brewing for the Saints. Driscoll with his first trip onto the base pass. Jack Downey now up, struck out his first time up. Just one down, and we've been that way through a couple batters now. The breaker, the slider gets him on over there for strike 1. Coach Halter really always has this team ready to go. He is simply one of the better coaches that we've had in the state. Well, I would say, too, that you have 2 of the greater coaches in the state right here. And now the runner taking off to third with the throw. Nagelmaker's got an arm. But in that sense, Jack Casey with some leadership, veteran move there to get his way on over to third, and that's the farthest the Saints have been so far. Thank you. aside from bringing home a run. So we got a runner on first, a runner on third, and they're looking to score yet again here with just one down. And look, nice strike there in from Piero. Piero already with 5 Ks in the game would certainly, the best outcome here for the Golden Eagles would be for a K here, but Xavier is hungry for more here, already one down. And now the runner taken off to second. The throw is not in time. The tag not applied. And in the meantime, Casey finds his way all the way around the base pass. And we now have a new leader here. It's 2-1 Xavier. Downey will strike out there on that one. That'll be the 6th strikeout of the game here for Piero, as now we bring up Omario to the plate, who flew out in his first attempt. Runner on second. And the pitch. Didn't quite find its way in there. 1-0 the count. Again, make sure to check us wherever we are on social media here. We also got some coverage at Prairie as they're taking on Linn-Mar, as well as at North Polk here for tonight's contest. That one shot right at Hinker, just gets out of the glove there. And that will keep good defense there, well enough to keep the runners on the bases here. But Xavier keeps on flashing that bat now. They have runners on the corners here with 2 down.
Go Tway! Go Tway!
Mario helping out his own cause here. A pinch runner on the base pass.
Let's go Tway!
Tate Proskovac up, struck out his first time. Would certainly love a strike here, which would surely add one more run. They have already posted all 2 of their runs here in this top half of the third. And he didn't want to get on that way, but he ends up getting there nonetheless. We now have bases full of Saints, as it is the Saints who are just coming out here in this third inning. And we have a little bit of time here. So in the end, this is something where you know, as the Golden Eagles and Coach Tischer, that you have an offense that can go toe-to-toe with the Saints. And so now you just need to find out. It's kind of calming down, at least from my vantage point here. Just kind of a calm down scenario. Hey, let's get to this. Let's get rocking. We can get back up this. No worries. In the end, there are a lot of teams that Xavier's going to put a lot of pressure on throughout the course of the 2025 season. And so in the end, it's nothing necessarily that they're doing wrong, but Xavier certainly with the bats has what it takes to go the distance. Andrew Renner now up at the plate after Proskovac was hit by a pitch. Renner struck out his first time. Anything positive would result in at least 1 run. He takes a look at strike 1. Right here, this is, it kind of gives you a little bit of relief for the infield. You can go normal depth. You don't have to necessarily play it out double play. So you have a little bit of relief to play normal, as that one swung through a nice hack but comes up empty there. 2 runs have scored here. 1 on an RBI double here by Jack Casey, and the other on some nice base running opportunities for the Saints as they push across 2, and that will be all that they're able to grab here in this one. But that's not to say all that they grabbed. They grabbed the lead in this one here as they take a 2-1 advantage here into the bottom half of inning number 3. It almost batted around the order, but in the end, we keep it right there. And hey, we'll keep it right here as we talk about the great folks who make a lot of things possible, including our team rankings, which you can see on Rockfin/IA Baseball, rockfin.com/IA Baseball. Also on our social media sites. Go ahead and check us out there with our team and positional rankings, brought to you in part by RDA Financial. RDA Financial, what can we say more? They know the finance scene. They can help you get set. They can help you get prepared for what's coming on up. They've got you set all across the board, so make sure to check them out there as you head on over to RDA Financial. And make sure to give them a shout out here. Let them know IA Baseball sent you. They are people that are ingrained in your community. They've been a part of it. They know what's going on, and they have helped a lot of steps along the way. So let them help you in your journey throughout the financial world. Make sure to check them out today at rdafinancial.com. And they also help to bring us our RDA Financial Prospect Planner, which goes ahead across almost every single week of the season, and a chance to dive into a whole lot of fun there. And here we go. J.P. Albert, the shortstop, getting us rolling here. Bottom of inning number 3, in which the Wahlert Golden Eagles find themselves down by 1 run here. In a 2-0 count here, Mario back up on the bump here for the Saints. Albert at the plate, takes a look at that one, bends in, but not far enough in. Albert last year as a freshman, .360 on the season, 32 hits. And he ended up poking across 19 runs on the year. The 3-0. Nice framework behind the dish, Schimberg, but unfortunately not able to frame it to the ump's liking, as that will be a walk here. And now both teams will officially sport a runner onto the base pass in each of the first 3 innings. Albert now with 2 walks on the game. And now comes up Fodi Rigopoulos, who had a nice ringing single his first time up. Ended up getting thrown out at second. And almost there with a good play. Got to keep her on your toes for sure. Nicely done there from Mario. And now we get the chance. Get back to the bat here. That one swung on, nicely done. Again, make sure to check out every week we have our high and tight program. Also, we have our release of each week. We give you the explanations and breakdowns for the team and positional rankings. So make sure to check that out today. Head on over to IA Sports YouTube, and you'll be able to catch what we've got going on there across really not just baseball, but IA softball, IA wrestle, IA basketball. Anything that we put video-wise will be there for you. So make sure to check that out. Like, subscribe, and spread the word here for us. The 0-2 count. That one in the dirt. Nicely done on the backhand. Schimberg shows a little expertise there. But in the meantime, a 1-2 count with nobody down. The second inning has been the only inning so far that has been scoreless. 1 for the Golden Eagles in the bottom half of the first, 2 in the top half of the third here for the Saints. That runner's taken off. That one's shot right side. That will find its way into the outfield grass. And nice dart in there by Brecht. Almost had the runner caught off guard a bit, but Rigopoulos goes 2 for 2. And man, it really is a fun time when you get the chance to see a lot of these guys. Both these teams have multiple guys that headed to the next level. And man, you can see it, right? It is so fun to watch these teams battle it out. Really fun atmosphere here in Dubuque here between the Golden Eagles and the Saints. All right, with the pitch, that one's in there. Strike 1 to Nagelmaker. Nagelmaker reached on an error, but was the one to drive in the lone run of the game here for the Eagles. Right now he looks at 2 runners on. And the pitch, that one in the dirt. Nice stop by the backstop there, and Schimberg 1-1. And Elpert on second, Regopoulos standing on first. As always, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. Give us some thoughts and more here. What do you think? What do you want? What more do you want? I'm sure you'd like a whole lot more on the run category, and that's seemingly what we might get here. Then again, you have 2 premier pitchers that can go not only get a lot of strikeouts, but go the distance here. 2-1 is our count. And that one's driven right side. That one is in the air and almost a catch out there by Brecht. That'll get to the wall, and that will allow runners now on every single base. Got to hand it to Brecht out there and right. Good job capturing that one and not letting the runner head on over, as we still have not yet a run to cross here in this inning here for the Golden Eagles. Courtesy runner here will be number 10, Graham Ehlers. So again, runners on every base here. Nagelmaker with a single here to put runners on first, second, and third now. Elpert on third, Regopoulos second. Nagelmaker finds his way on first with his first official hit, second time onto the base paths. I mean, honestly, however you dish this up, however you want to look at this, this is what the Eagles do. This has been what they've been able to do the last how many years, all the way from the Savaries of the world to the Regopouloses of the world. And they have had plenty of really high caliber players offensively, and yet they get one here. Joe Hinker, who was hit by pitch his last time up. And he looks at strike one. Mario with the pitch. That one shot left side, but man, unfortunate the rocket, which made Elpert Ole out of danger there, goes on the wrong side of the chalk line. Ultimately, what it was a solid hit goes for strike 2. But the good news for Eagles fans, nobody out. Runners on every base. Mario with the look, the windup, the pitch. Nice off speed, but not fishing for that one, says Hinker, as he will let that one go for the 1-2. Again, that was a good attempt to try and get him fishing there. The 1-2, that one gets shot right side, but that will also be foul. Seventh pitch of the at-bat here. And the pitch, that one on a high chopper out there, the pick, the look home, the fire home. And they will get the force out at home, so no runs have crossed. Danger averted there on the fielder's choice. And again, Elpert will be called out at home, and that will be the first out of the inning, the half inning anyway. Next up will be Brandon Kummer, a line out his last time up. Anything would be helpful here. Looks at that one, shoots it foul, 0-1. That one too far out there makes it a ball. Two-1 is our score. The Saints with 2 spot in the top of the third gave them the lead, but the Golden Eagles are in danger of posting up some more here. They've got the bases juiced here in the bottom half of inning number 3. 1-2, that one gets set high. That will be not playable out there as it touches up the fence, and we remain at 1-2. Once again, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. Andrew Brown with you as we get rocking. That one gets set high, and it'll be about the same spot, only that will be out of the fence line. And iBaseball Live, powered by the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse, Galena, Illinois. Thanks again for joining us here. That one in the dirt, and the runner's coming on home. Regopoulos with the slide. No slide there. A look around, try to go okey-doke around that one. He was already committed well enough home, and now a chance for the Saints to kind of dip out of danger here with 2 down. Comer with a 1-2 count. And that one shot right side. That was deep in the hole. Nice pick up the fire. Nice play out there at second. Driscoll with a highlight reel. Oh my, saves it. And from the bases loaded, no outs, we have nobody crossing the base pass on the home plate. What a play. Defense wins the inning, and the Saints remain ahead as we head into the 4th inning right after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Cohen Honkamp now starting things off. Xavier once again with the bat as he swings that one, and foul for an 0-1 count.
Go, go, go! Go, go, Beans! Go, go, Beans!
That one too far out of the way, easily laid off on that one. That one sits up high, and that will be foul out of play here. Again, it was a 1 spot in the bottom half of the first for the Golden Eagles, 2 in the top half of the third for the Saints. And that one shot right back up the middle, a pick by Elbert, the throw across the diamond, and he gets him by a step. Nicely done. And that's how you make what is a difficult play with the speed there by Honkamp, and gets him out there, 6-3 put out. And that's out number 1. Up next, Caleb Woffswald up at the plate. He walked, or he struck a hit and then advanced to second on a pass ball his last time up. That one shot up on a slow roller out there to Regopoulos. He'll let that one eat him up a bit. And the error will allow the inning to continue on with another runner onto the base pass. And now Sam Schimberg back up to the plate with 1 down, 1 on. The Saints have been very aggressive offensively here in this one, laying off that one, though, 1-0. Three hits so far for the Saints. That one's fouled back. Casey, Morio, and Lofswald all with hits so far in this one. The pitch from Piero, not quite inside enough, and now we bring it to a 3-1 count. Swing through on that one, a healthy hack, but comes up empty there. Now 2-strike count. One runner on, one out. A swing through, and Piero will pick up strikeout number 7 on the game. He's been pretty dominant so far. As now we hit the top of the order here, and Jack Casey, who has reached base both times, once walk, once an RBI double. 2 out, 1 on. Piero with the pitch. That one couldn't quite get it low enough. Ball 1. Again, this is game 1 of the Twin Bill here. Both teams starting off their 2025 season. And there's a runner taken off to second. Nagelmaker with the shot down there. There's the tag applied, and he is. What a shot. What a cannon from Bodie Nagelmaker. Nabs the runner at second, and that's how the half inning will come to a conclusion. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will take a quick break here. It's 2-1 in advantage of the visiting team, the Saints. And it will be the Golden Eagles to get their shot up next here, as we will have Brandt, Krappel, and Schumacher when we return right here on the iBaseball Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Carter Brandt getting us rolling here as we get rocking bottom half of inning number 4. Thanks again for joining us on the broadcast. Andrew Brown here, and really ready as ever. I mean, I think we were ready for quite some time to get the season started. Happy that it's here, as that one is a swing through and a quick 0-2 count. But, man, we're finally here, the 2025 season. We'll give you a couple of game broadcasts live each and every week, followed by a lot of different photos, videos, and a whole lot more from games that we go to. Casey across the diamond throw, and he'll nail him on the run. Nice job for the out. Defense is, I would say, on display at a bigger rate than the offense right now. There's been some really, really good plays here as Noah Krappel will join the hitting ranks here. He doubled his last time up. I mean, heck of a play out there at short. Had him shading to the second base side, but nicely done. That's kind of textbook what you ask for out of one of the most premier positions on the field. So nicely done by Casey. Again, a nice lineage there. The 0-1 count, too far outside, 1-1. Again, it's just as much to do with the culture that Xavier brings. And, man, do they bring a good culture? It doesn't matter what sport, they bring a lot of it. Mario with the pitch, and nice get-me-over breaker, now 1-2 here. And, you know, since that first inning, you know what? He's been settling down on the mound pretty well here. The 1-2, too far, dipping inside off the shoot tops here, evens the count, 2-2. Man, it has been a fun game. If you're a fan of defense like I am, man, this is quite the game here. Right about halfway through the pitch, and nicely done. Had his timing off just a bit, strike number 3, and now a quick out number 2. And, man, The Saints, again, a little rough start at the beginning, but have since been on fire here. That's strikeout number 3 here for Mario on the day. And 2 quick outs as Schumacher will step up to the plate. Ball 1 to start his second at bat. Schumacher struck out in his first plate appearance. Certainly would love to get a hit here. And he ends up swinging through that one here, evens it up at 1-1. First varsity action here for Schumacher in his high school career. And he looks at that one, tailing just enough. A nice breaker gets over the inside part of the plate, now 1-2. Mario showing he is not afraid of one of the top lineups here in the state. That one gets shot high. That one's out to center field, but that won't be more than a couple steps out there for Honkamp as he will come in underneath of it and camp out for out number 3. 1-2-3 goal to Golden Eagles. It is now time as we head to the 5th inning stretch time when we come back right here on the iBaseball Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. Thanks again for making this a part of your day as always here. I appreciate it as we get you a look out onto the field here. And a beautiful venue. Man, this is always a fun time for us to be able to have these kind of games. And thank you for tuning in, making this a part of your day as always. It's always a pleasure as that one by Casey is popped out there into center, but nicely done by Regopoulos to track that one down. And that was Casey on a first pitch as he lined out. And now Mac Driscoll stepping on up to the plate. He is sacrificed and joined the base pass via a walk. Fierro with the pitch, and that one not quite catching the zone here, or actually catching the zone here, 0-1. That one tails out, 1-1 here, the count. Again, the Saints 2 games above 500 last year with the toughest rated schedule in all of Class 3A. And usually we tend to find this is a team that happens to have that. Again, the conference that they're in provides that. That one shot to Elpert. He'll fire across the diamond. A little bit of a stretch here from Brandt, but he ends up catching that one for out number 2. Again, the games have been moved up due to the weather, so hopefully you're enjoying some nice indoor warm weather. Nonetheless, we still have a solid crowd out here. Again, the 2025 season opener. That one goes in there for the strike. Jack Downey stepping on up to the plate. As always, hey, make sure to check out all that we've got going here across the IA network. Is that one too far inside? Again, we have top juniors, top sophomores, top freshmen, and seniors. We've given a look at a lot of them, put in a lot of legwork, asked a lot of questions. That one chopped over there to Hinker. He'll fire on a one-hopper to first, and he'll nail it. Nice stretch out there by Brandt as some good flash of that defense once more will end up giving us out number 3. So 1, 2, 3, and go the Saints here in this one. It'll be time now for the bottom half, and it will be coming on up here for the Golden Eagles, the top of the lineup. It'll be Specht, Elbert, and Regopoulos when we come back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the broadcast. Andrew Brown here. Thanks again, once again, for tuning in. What is a very fun battle here today. That one shot outside. That'll be a foul ball. Yeah, and got some wind as the weather's kind of turning a little sour on us here. The 0-2 struck right side. Well, that'll be an atom ball out there to Rectus. He will come down with the out, number 1. Again, Andrew Brown here giving you all the balls and strikes here, the play-by-play. Once again, appreciate you coming along for, again, was a fun one here. That's a chopper out there. Casey on the run on the grass. Can't quite grab it in time. That will be just by the shoelace kind of way on to first. As Albert will reach the base pass for the third time, in this one. A runner on with 1 down. Fody Rigopoulos back on up. He's 2 for 2 so far. Singled twice in 2 trips. He has 1 out, 1 on. Trying to get the squad back in, down by 1 here. That one sailing outside. Again, make sure to hit us up on socials, wherever you can find us. Interact with us on X, formerly known as Twitter. Interact with us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Plenty of chances as that one. Keeping them honest there at first. And Alpert has been known to head on out. He has 11 stolen bases under his belt from last year. And so he is very much a flight risk out there onto the base paths. The 1-0 count, the look, and the fire. Oriole gets it in the dirt, but nice job by Schimberg keeping that one up in front of him. 2-0 the count. Again, there's been some really good plays behind the dish, both Nagelmaker and Schimberg. And, I mean, if you're looking as a high school coach, maybe to look at some video for it, I mean, these guys, they've done it. The 2-0 count here. Mario up on the bump. He slides that one in there, but not in for a strike. 3-0 the count. Just 2 walks on the game from Mario through this point. Again, over halfway the pitch. Just a get me over pitch to get that strike 1. 3-1 now the count. Again, Alpert is on first. Alpert with his first single of the game, first hit, as that one is deemed too far outside, ball 4. So now we have runners at first and second. Once again, Wahlert has claimed a runner in scoring position every single inning up to this point so far, aside from 1. And so once again, bringing up Bodie Nagelmaker. He brought in a run and also singled in 2 trips to the plate. They have 1 out. They've been threatening quite a bit here in this game. That one tailing outside, ball 1. I mean, they haven't been able to really get to the pitching here for Xavier, but you know, they seem to be kind of biding their time. None of these teams have any sense of panic in any way, shape, or form. And the 2-0 runner's taken off, but runners will be right back as that one's fouled back. Kind of one of those where You know, man, the hit and run certainly plays into perfection once it's executed well, but now it may have tipped the hand just a bit. 2-1 here, the count, one down. Mario with the look, a long look over to second, and he'll fire home. Nicely done. The burner getting by him. 2-2 here, the count. Again, this stream powered by the great folks at the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse, Galena, Illinois. I guarantee you want some great food. They're the ones to go check. We've already seen a lot of great reviews, and man, I can tell you one thing. There's even better people there. When you can make that kind of an atmosphere, there's going to be people from all around that want to check it out, and I don't blame it. It's certainly, again, one of the best atmospheres you'll get. Make sure to check it out. Galena is the home place of the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse, and that one, just enough of it, skated by to keep the at-bat alive. Two runners are on, and I got to tell you, this is a chance. But Mario's been pretty solid. Excuse me, Mario's been really solid up on the mound. It's been hard to really, for this Golden Eagle team to kind of gauge that. They've gotten a few good hits off of him, so certainly more to be done. But, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people really have to take a look at this Xavier team more so than they have before. Right now it's a full juice count, the pitch. And did he go? They say no. An appeal says no. And now, for the second time in this game, the Golden Eagles will have a bases full situation here as Joe Hinker steps on up to the plate. So only 2 walks coming into this inning. Mario has suffered 2 walks already, and there's one down here. That one could have gone either way, that last one there. So now, again, as we have Graham Ehlers joining the ranks here. Or Ehlers, excuse me, joining the ranks as he's on to the base paths here. Looking like a change might possibly happen here down the road, but right now, sticking with their man here on the mound. And now again, Joe Hinker stepping on up to the plate. Last time up as fielder's choice. He has reached base both times via hit by pitch and fielder's choice. Takes a look. That one will be called a strike. The next pitch is in there anyway. That's strike 2. Man, certainly the pressure goes back and forth here. Great pitching so far in this one. That one too far inside, and now the Golden Eagles will even up the score. Hinker gets the RBI by hit by pitch, his second of the game. And now that'll even up the score here. It is 2 apiece. So still 1 down. Brandon Kummer, who has yet to find a hit so far in this game, looks to add one here. Fouls that one back for strike 1. Kummer, one of the more impressive guys that we saw last year, really broke out onto the scene, had some really good pitching. For the most part, had a really good pitching season last year. That one on a 2-hopper out there finds its way into the outfield grass. 1 scores, coming around will be 2. And just like that, Brandon Kummer puts 2 more on the board. For the Golden Eagles, it's a 4-2 ball game here for the home squad. So the second hit in this inning here for the Golden Eagles, that one they're just kind of, well, to put it frankly, put them where they ain't or hit it where they ain't. And that's where it ended up being here. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication, but in the end, the grand scheme says that there has now been 3 runs to cross the plate here for the Golden Eagles. They bided their time, and now they are ahead here 4-2 as we still have runners in scoring position here, first and third here for the Golden Eagles. And now runner taken off to second here. And we have a little bit of thought balk. We're just trying to see Coach Tischer coming up, making sure that he heard everything correctly. You know, one thing I will give credit, both Coach Halter, Coach Tischer, they rarely raise their voice or are really argumentative to a negative point when it comes to umpires. They have done a great job, even if it's a call they don't agree with. You know, they really embody what good sportsmanship is like in coaching. And I mean, you're not going to get any better than these 2 coaches right here. Bunt attempt laid down, and a nice one at that one. Hugs the line. The only play is to first. They get it, and another run comes home. Carter Brandt does his job and then some. A sacrifice RBI will bring home now the 5th run of the ball game here for the home team. And now they lead it by that mark of 5-2. And Noah Keppel will join the ranks here. The 8th batter in this inning. And Coach Halter will step on out. And we look to have a new pitcher coming on up. We'll get you that pitcher when we come back after this, right here on the Iowa Baseball Network.
In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects. From learning how to build relationships and healthy lifestyles,
And gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
I remember personally when I was young watching the guys that were playing sports, basketball, football, wrestling, whatever it was, when they were in high school and just thinking, I mean, how great they were and just wanting to be like them when I was older. So yeah, we are definitely always role models for those younger kids, those middle schoolers.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here, Andrew Brown rocking it with you here in the bottom half of inning number 5. There are 2 down as we have Griffin Brecht joining the ranks here on the mound. Daughtry is out in right field. Again, we do have 2 down here. Again, up now, Noah Greffel is here. He, again, 8th batter of the inning here for the Golden Eagles, who have put up 4 in the bottom half here. That one fouled back. 2-strike count here. Again, it was kind of just waiting, biding their turn. It's really seemed like here as it's just wait, and they've pounced. Mario, you got to give a big credit to him through most of 5 innings. He has just really held this Golden Eagle lineup at bay. And so just a couple things go here. If a couple things change, it's a different story, and we might still be out of here with a Xavier lead. But right now, as it stands, 4 runs in the bottom half of this inning. The Golden Eagles are up on top by that 5-2 mark. That one is in there for the K, and that's how we wrap it up here. So not too many pitches come on in, and we get more action here. It is now 5 innings concluded, and we will be back here with more coming on up right here on the iBaseball Network.
I remember personally when I was young watching the guys that were playing sports, basketball, football, wrestling, whatever it was, when they were in high school, and just thinking, I mean, how great they were, and just wanting to be like them when I was older. So yeah, we are definitely always role models for those younger kids, those middle schoolers.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the broadcast. Andrew Brown here, happy to be rocking it with you as we get more coming on up here. Max Daughtry now up at the plate. Quick 0-2 count here. And with that one will count as strike number 3. And now, man, Piero still putting together quite the game here. That is strikeout number 8 on the night for him. A great first game for him as now we continue on with Tate Praskovic up to the plate. Well, that one not quite in there. It's a 1-1 count here. Both these teams, again, the championship pedigrees are there. We've seen what Xavier has constantly done, as that one is a breaker that found its way just missing the barrel here, 1 and 2. These teams have constantly, we've seen them at the state tournaments. We've seen them deep in postseason runs, and now we get to see them start the season, as that is Praskovic's second strikeout of the game. He'll be set down. A really tough out there, and man, that's really hard to do. And Piero gets it another K on the day, number 9 for him, as now we get Andrew Renner stepping on up to the plate. And he takes a look at strike 1. So 2 down, 2 quick down in strikeouts here. The get me over breaker adds another one there, 0-2, and now in jeopardy go the Saints of a 1-2-3 inning. With the wind and the pitch. That one got him swinging out there, needs to complete the play. Nagelmaker gets it over to Branton. There you go. That is the 1-2-3 inning that they were talking about. That's 10K on the day so far for Piero. What a day for him. He is just excelling at every level, and now he gets his team back up to the plate when we come back for the bottom of inning number 6.
I remember personally when I was young watching the guys that were playing sports, basketball, football, wrestling, whatever it was, when they were in high school and just thinking, I mean, how great they were and just wanting to be like them when I was older. So yeah, we are definitely always role models for those younger kids, those middle schoolers. I love doing it. We go to all the state events, we work at all the state events, and you know, you wear your polo and people stop and talk to you, and it's just really great to connect with kids from other schools who are on the board, and then coaches, athletic directors who will see you at the events will stop and talk to you, and it's really neat.
You feel a bit of a weight and you're a voice for all athletes in the state of Iowa, which is cool.
I think it's really cool. I remember reading the email and I'm like, oh, this would be something really cool to look for. It'd be good to talk to people that I want to get to talk to around the state. I get to see other people's opinions, kids from 5A schools, kids from small schools. I think it'll just be a really good opportunity for me. IHSAA represents so much that it's really cool that they have 2 girls on the board to bring a girl's perspective, because I think it's really important to be very diverse and get different opinions.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Max Doherty now doing the pitching duties for the Saints here, and a nice chopper out there to short underneath the glove, and that's the second chance here for Schimberg. He gets or Schumacher, excuse me, and he gets his first way onto the base pass via the single. Again, first hit of the game here for Schumacher as he gets rocking and rolling here, and now the top of the lineup here. And Will Svecht. Svecht yet to grab a hit here in this one, but certainly one of the more dangerous hitters regardless. 1-0 here to count to start. Again, one runner on here via the single, and now again in a 5-2 ball game, the Golden Eagles. And the runner takes off. There will be a throw, and then a nice diving. Whoa! Holy cow. Ladies and gentlemen, hold the phone here. We might have a little bit of a time to catch your breath here, but that was Superman on the field right there. Jack Casey mid-air with the tag. I mean, wow. Again, I said it before. I'll say it again. Defense on point here. Jack Casey, man, we got whatever he's drinking. Let's all do the same. Man, what an absolute play. And that nabs the runner for out number 1. Will Specht will foul that one back. Oh, by the way, Schimberg, good throw. We got to give credit where credit is due there, but what a phenomenal overall play. You know what? One of the best team sports here, and that was on point there. And that is strike number 3 here, first strikeout of the game here. Again, as we continue on for Max Daughtry, excuse me. So out number 2. And again, that means that Will Specht has not found the base pass yet in this one. And that one by Elpert is hit out there. Nicely done. That will find its way into the outfield grass for a seeing eye single. And as we continue on, hey, once again, don't forget that if there is anything, any highlight reels or anything that you find from any of these, make sure to hit us up. You know, whether we're at a game or not, send us your highlight reels, lots more. We'll get them up. We'll post them up. We'll collaborate with you. All that great stuff. So make sure to hop on and, hey, let's all connect here with this one as Elpert once again joins the ranks of those on base. Again, that will officially mark his 3rd time onto the base pass, his 2nd hit of the ball game. And again, Fody Regopoulos, speaking about hits, he is 2 for 2 with a walk, excuse me. 0-1 the count. Daughtry with the look, and he'll fire. Nice shot, but that'll be a little Olay out of danger from first base coach. And that'll be a foul ball, strike 2. Again, 5-2 our ball game. 1 run in the bottom half of the first, 4 in the bottom half of the fifth here for the Golden Eagles. That gives them their 5. And 2 runs from the Saints all came in the top half of inning number 3 to give us our 5-2 lead. That one is a little blooper, find its way out into the outfield grass. And Fody Regopoulos with yet another hit here in this one. That is his 3rd. As we continue to rock on. And now Bodie Nagelmaker stepping on up to the plate. He has driven in a run. He has singled and walked. So he's been all over the great field here today. We have runners on first and second, 2 down. That one's in there for strike 1. Again, any thoughts on anything we got going on here? Hey, let us know. We'd love to get your feedback. Let us know. Hit us up here. Is that one keeping them honest? Elpert at second. Give us your thoughts and a whole lot more. We want to hear from you, that's for sure. Again, our view of the field here as Nagelmaker takes a look at a ball up high and away for ball 1. As always here, make sure to, again, check out what we've got going on Rockfin and, of course, everywhere else. If you have any thoughts for us, hit us up, iabaseball1@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you there as well. A lot of great stuff, a lot of great places to be. So if there's any big matchups that we may have missed, hey, hit us up. Let us know. We would love to hear from you. So the 2-1 count here on Bodie Nagelmaker with 2 on and 2 out. Daughtry with the look and the fire. That one's sailing it just a bit high, 3-1. Keeping them honest there. Five total hits in the game here for the Golden Eagles. And that one will not be able to be hit. That's ball 4. And now we, for the 3rd time in this ball game, we'll see the Golden Eagles juice up the base paths here. Wahlert back onto the base pass here as he is running here for the catcher. Again, Nagelmaker with the walk. Hinker, his spot comes back up here to the plate. Hinker so far has been hit by pitch, reaching the fielder's choice, and actually hit by pitch twice. His second one ended up in a run scoring, and that's exactly what we get here as that one, a seeing eye single, brings in 1. The play, oh, no, there will be no play as Fody Regopoulos slides in for 2 more runs, and the Golden Eagles start to break this one up. It's now 7-2. Hinker with some good play so far in this one. It's been a very fun game overall to watch. And now Brendan Kummer back up to the plate. Last time he stood up there, he drove in 2 runs himself back in the last inning. Ball 1 to start this off here. Again, this is game 1 of the twin bill here. Xavier and Wahlert. Nice pitch there, and one thing I've been hearing quite a bit is that there is a lot of good pitching that the Xavier team will put out here this year, and we saw that with the starter here, and we're going to see that again as we go into the bullpen. A 1-1 count. The pitch, that one sails a bit high, just got away from him just a little bit. 2 runners on, and we have scored 2 runs here in this inning for the Golden Eagles with 2 out. Nearly a third of their runs have come with 2 outs here in this one. That one on a 2-hopper out there to second. A nice pick and fire. Driscoll will officially end this half inning. But not before 2 more runs have crossed the plate for the Golden Eagles. They lead this one now 7-2. And a chance for Xavier to try and get back into this one here in the 7th. It's do or die time. And when we come back, it'll be 7, 8, 9 when we return right here on the iBaseball Network.
I love doing it. We go to all the state events. We work at all the state events, and you wear your polo and people stop and talk to you, and it's just really great to connect with kids from other schools who are on the board, and then coaches, athletic directors who will see you at the events will stop and talk to you, and it's really neat.
You feel a bit of a weight and you're a voice for all athletes in the state of Iowa, which is cool.
I think it's really cool. I remember reading the email and I'm like, oh, this would be something really cool to look for. It'd be good to talk to people that I want to get to talk to around the state. I get to see other people's opinions, kids from 5A schools, kids from small schools. I think it'll just be a really good opportunity for me. IHSAA represents so much that it's really cool that they have 2 girls on the board to bring a girl's perspective, because I think it's really important to be very diverse and get different opinions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back here. Started out with a Cohen Honkamp ground out. As now we continue on here with Caleb Loswald up at the plate so far. The 8-hole man has singled and reached via error, so twice onto the base pass. And Sam Schimber, up at the plate. The 2-1, that is shot right side. Nice pick on the backhand by Rigopoulos. He'll get the out. So now we have 2 quick out here. And the danger for the Saints here. And Caleb Loswald now up at the plate. He is 0 for 2 strikeouts here in this one. Would love to keep things rolling here, but looks at strike 1 to start things off. Will Piero looking to go the full distance here. And the fire, that one tails too far up and outside, ball 1. I'll tip that one back in there. So thanks again for joining us here, ladies and gentlemen. The 1-2 with 2 down, the pitch. And that one is in there, called strike. Strikeout number 11 here on the day here for Will Piero. What a game here for the righty. What a game here for Piero. An absolute stellar performance here out of him. The senior rocking his first game here of the 2025 season. And without a doubt, ladies and gentlemen, despite some really good work overall, he is our player of the game. Again, what a game for him so far in this one. It was an 11 strikeout performance, and we'll give you the full details and wrap of Game 1 here from the Twin Bill when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
I love doing it. We go to all the state events. We work at all the state events, and you wear your polo and people stop and talk to you, and it's just really great to connect with kids from other schools who are on the board, and then coaches, athletic directors who will see you at the events will stop and talk to you, and it's really neat.
You feel a bit of a weight and you're a voice for all athletes in the state of Iowa, which is cool.
I think it's really cool. I remember reading the email and I'm like, oh, this would be something really cool to look for. It'd be good to talk to people that I want to get to talk to around the state. I get to see other people's opinions, kids from 5A schools, kids from small schools. I think it'll just be a really good opportunity for me. IHSAA represents so much that it's really cool that they have 2 girls on the board to bring a girl's perspective, because I think it's really important to be very diverse and get different opinions.
I remember personally when I was young watching the guys that were playing sports, basketball, football, wrestling, whatever it was, when they were in high school, and just thinking, how great they were, and just wanting to be like them when I was older. So yeah, we are definitely always role models for those younger kids, those middle schoolers.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Brown, happy to be with you. And first game in the books. It's Dubuque Wahlert 7. It's Xavier 2. What a game this was. And, man, it really stood out here. A heck of a game overall. It was 1 run in the first. And then it was off to the races there, 2 in the third by Xavier, and then 6 runs across the 5th and 6th innings give us our 7-2 win here for the Golden Eagles of Wahlert Catholic. Again, our player of the game is Will Piero. He went the distance, 7 innings, 11 strikeouts, just 3 hits, 1 walk, 1 extra base hit allowed in this one. It was an absolute stellar, great job for him, and of course, that was no feat. This is a Xavier team that can hit for days, any day of the week, and in the end, allowing just 3 hits, that is something to be very proud of as you go through, but nonetheless, the Golden Eagles will start off as they are now 1-0 on the season. Xavier looking to bounce back here in Game 2. We will be having that coming on up here in just a bit, Game 2. We will have a separate new broadcast. So make sure to stay tuned here. We'll have a brand new broadcast coming on up. We'll get some cameras switched out, and we'll get you all set for what will be an exciting Game 2 here. Man, what a season, what a start to the season, man. A season intro like that, you can't ask for anything better. Again, what a game this has been so far. What a start to the season this has been so far. I really hope that you've enjoyed it just as much as we have. So again, appreciate you coming along for the ride. Again, it was 1 run in the bottom half of the first. The Golden Eagles came out on top real quickly, but then 2 innings later, the Saints struck forward for 2 runs in the top half of the third, but that would be all she wrote on the scoreboard for the Saints. Meanwhile, the 5th and 6th innings produced 6 combined runs for the Golden Eagles. They take this one 7-2, and they kick off their 2025 season with the win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start to wrap up here. Again, we'll switch out cameras. We'll have a brand new broadcast, so stay right here on the iSports YouTube page, and you'll be able to catch up on a whole lot more. Just make sure to look for that live mark, and we'll be right there. So, again, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll wrap things up when we come back right here on the iBaseball Network.
I remember personally when I was young watching the guys that were playing sports, basketball, football, wrestling, whatever it was, when they were in high school and just thinking, I mean, how great they were and just wanting to be like them when I was older. So yeah, we are definitely always role models for those younger kids, those middle schoolers. I love doing it. We go to all the state events, we work at all the state events, and you know, you wear your polo and people stop and talk to you, and it's just really great to connect with kids from other schools who are on the board, and then coaches, athletic directors who will see you at the events will stop and talk to you, and it's really neat.
You feel a bit of a weight and you're a voice for all athletes in the state of Iowa, which is cool.
I think it's really cool. I remember reading the email and I'm like, oh, this would be something really cool to look for. It'd be good to talk to people that I want to get to talk to around the state. I get to see other people's opinions, kids from 5A schools, kids from small schools. I think it'll just be a really good opportunity for me. IHSAA represents so much that it's really cool that they have 2 girls on the board to bring a girl's perspective, because I think it's really important to be very diverse and get different opinions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back into the broadcast. Andrew Brown with you here, and again, happy that you're here with us. Why we will be taking just a quick break as we get ready, and again, the camera's all set, ready for you, and we will get rocking with game number 2 coming on up. It'll be a new broadcast, so stick right here on the IA Baseball and IA Sports Network. As always, please like, subscribe, spread the word, engage, and all that kind of jazz with us. We would like to hear from you. What do you think? Hit us up on social media. We'd love to hear that. All right, we'll be right back on the new broadcast right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.